My presentation today is titled Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend and a Geologist's. As a geologist, this is my view of precious gems and minerals. What are they? And how can you make sense of the mind-boggling varieties? And let's look at the myths and legends associated with gems such as diamonds, their discoverers, and their owners. Stepping into the main tourist hubs or cruise ports of many Caribbean islands, visitors are often immediately struck by an almost unbelievable density of jewelry stores. From Nassau to St. Thomas, Phillipsburg to Georgetown, the sheer number of shops glittering with diamonds, exotic gemstones like Tanzanite, gold chains, and luxury watches can be genuinely overwhelming. Seemingly every other storefront, particularly along the main thoroughfares catering to tourists, boasts duty-free or tax-free savings, creating a dazzling yet potentially bewildering gauntlet of sparkle. For the uninitiated tourist navigating this sea of similar-looking retailers, each vying for attention with bright lights and promises of unique value, can indeed boggle the mind, making it difficult to know where to even begin looking. Identifying gemstones is incredibly complex for anyone without gemological expertise. Many stones look alike, making it nearly impossible to differentiate between a ruby, spinel, garnet, or synthetic version based on appearance alone. Factors like clarity, cut, treatments, and whether a gem is natural or lab-grown often require specialized tools and knowledge to evaluate. A layperson might recognize a sparkly blue stone, but distinguishing between sapphire, Tanzanite, Topaz, or even glass demands significant expertise. Without an appreciation of the varieties of gems, you will go through life viewing gems simply as a bunch of colored glass. My PhD advisor and mentor at Columbia University was the consultant mineralogist for Tiffany & Company in New York. He passed on to me invaluable knowledge and insight into the world of gems. Let's start off by defining what a gem is. Gems are typically valued for their scarcity, as rarity enhances their allure and value. They're often natural, formed over millions of years through geological processes, though lab-created gems share similar properties. Their beauty, exhibited through vibrant colors, brilliance, or unique patterns, is what makes them so desirable. Lastly, durability is crucial, as gems must withstand wear and retain their allure over time. Together, these traits make gemstones truly exceptional. So to summarize, a gem is a natural occurring crystal that has a relatively strong hardness. It can be scarce, and naturally the scarcer, the more expensive the gem becomes. Ice has symmetry, but it is not hard or durable. It has weak bonds and melts, whereas a diamond has symmetry and very strong bonds and is the hardest of all gems. For the sake of simplicity, we will divide gems into two categories: precious and fine gems. The term fine gem is beginning to replace the older semi-precious designation, mostly for marketing reasons. The precious gems are generally accepted to be diamonds, rubies, and sapphires, which are both the same mineral but different colors, emeralds, and alexandrite. The blue diamond holds the title as the most expensive gem, with prices reaching up to $3.93 million per carat. All of the rest of the gems then fall into the new fine gems category. Moving on, let's discuss how gems are measured. Carat is the answer. Gems are measured in carats. A carat is 0.2 grams, 0.007 ounces. Carat is derived from the carob tree and its seeds, which were used for centuries to weigh precious stones. What is a carat with a K? Gold purity is expressed in carats. Gems are measured in carats with a C. So what is a carat and what is it used for? When used with gold, a carat is a unit of purity. 24-karat gold is pure gold. Gold is mixed with a metal like copper or silver to make jewelry because pure gold is too soft. Each carat indicates 1/24th of the whole. So if a piece of jewelry is made of metal, that is 18 parts gold and 6 parts copper, that is 18-karat gold, or 75% gold. Let's get back to gems. What makes a mineral a gemstone? There are over 200 recognized gemstones. Most are minerals and are cut from naturally occurring crystals. To qualify as a gem, the specimen should be hard and tough to resist scratching, and have beautiful clarity, and have color or fire, and its value is based on rarity and rare quality. The Mohs hardness scale is a tool used to measure how resistant a mineral is to being scratched. It ranks minerals on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being the softest, like talc, which you can scratch with your fingernail, and 10 being the hardest, like diamond, which can only be scratched by another diamond. It's a simple way to compare the hardness of different materials. Here are common examples of hardness. Fingernail 2.0, copper coin 3.5, knife/glass plate 5.5, steel nail 6.5. Quartz can scratch all of the minerals below 7, and it is ubiquitous in nature, forming sands. The Mohs hardness scale is a crucial concept when considering gems for jewelry and other applications. It ranks minerals, including gemstones, from 1, softest, to 10, hardest, based on their scratch resistance. A harder gem can scratch a softer one. For practical purposes, gems with a Mohs hardness of 7 or higher, such as quartz, emerald, corundum, ruby and sapphire, and diamond, are generally durable enough for everyday wear in rings and bracelets, as they are less susceptible to scratching from common dust, which contains quartz. Softer gems like opal or pearl require more careful handling and are better suited for earrings or pendants that experience less abrasion. The fire and sparkle in a gem is caused by dispersion, as the gemstone acts like a prism and breaks white light into the spectrum of colors, also known as fire. This happens because the different colors of light bend at slightly different angles inside the gem. Some gems are better at creating fire or splitting than others. Interactions with light. A gem's cut, critical angle and brilliance. If a gem is cut too shallow, light goes straight through, making it look lifeless and clear, windowed. If it's cut too deep, light bounces once inside and then escapes out the sides. The top of the gem, known as the crown, lets light in and out. Its angles help break the light into rainbow colors, known as dispersion, which gives diamonds their colorful sparkle. Without these crown angles, there would be no colorful flashes. Think of it like this. The bottom angles bounce light back up, and the top angles let the colorful sparkle shine out. What is a diamond? A diamond is a highly compressed form of carbon. Let's review the famous 4 C's that describe a diamond. Okay, let's start with C for carat. Then the next and most important C of all of the 4 C's, cut. Unfortunately, the term cut has been used interchangeably with the concept of shape, the shape of a diamond. This is a mistake. The cut actually is the skill and artistry of the jeweler. If you miscut a diamond, you can end up with a much less desirable stone for the reasons outlined in the previous graphic. Clarity, as will be explained in the next slide, but suffice it to say that because diamonds are natural, they can have imperfections. One of the more common imperfections is little black spots, which are carbon that crystallized with the diamond under extreme high pressure. The more inclusions a diamond has, the less clear it is. The naked eye might not be able to spot the inclusions, but a jeweler's loupe of 10x magnification should easily show the largest inclusions if there are any in the diamond. And finally, color. White diamonds are the most sought after. Black diamonds are those diamonds that are used to cut the finer diamonds. The only things that can cut a diamond is another diamond. Variations for white to black do occur. In general, if a diamond has a yellowish tinge, it is not considered to be a good quality diamond. However, if it is a very yellow canary color, it is exceptionally unusual and thus very valuable. So it has to have a great deal of yellow. As I mentioned earlier, carbon inclusions are probably the most common diamond imperfection, but they are certainly not the only imperfections. A crystal twinning effect in a diamond will appear as a light linear feathering appearance on the gem. Also, other crystals can be included or crystallized. At the same time the diamond was forming in the case show, in the picture above, these are minuscule garnet crystals that are shown in magnification. Clarity in diamonds and other gemstones refers to the absence of internal flaws, inclusions, and external imperfections, blemishes. It is a key factor in evaluating a gem's quality and value, particularly for diamonds, as it is one of the 4 C's. Inclusions are internal flaws like crystals or fractures, while blemishes are surface imperfections such as scratches. The clarity grade, especially for diamonds using the GIA scale, is shown, which the range starting at flawless to included. While some inclusions are expected in certain colored gems, in diamonds, the absence of visible flaws under magnification defines the highest grades. Colored diamonds represent the pinnacle of diamond rarity, comprising a minuscule fraction of all mined diamonds. Their value hinges on the intensity and purity of their diverse colors, such as yellow, pink, blue, green, and red, resulting from trace elements or structural anomalies during formation. Red diamonds are the rarest, followed by blue and pink, commanding exorbitant prices. The Gemological Institute of America, GIA, grades them based on hue, tone, and saturation, ranging from fancy light to fancy vivid. Their scarcity and unique beauty make colored diamonds highly prized by collectors and investors seeking truly exceptional gemstones. A dirty diamond loses its sparkle and can look like glass because oils, dirt, and grime build up on its surface. This film prevents light from entering and reflecting properly within the diamond, which is what creates its brilliance and fire. Regular cleaning is crucial to remove this film and restore the diamond's characteristic shine, preventing it from appearing dull and glass-like. In 2023, Russia led global diamond production by volume with 37.3 million carats, followed by Botswana and Canada, while Russia also topped the value charts at $3.6 billion, closely followed by Botswana. Other significant producers include Angola, the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, and Zimbabwe, with Africa contributing substantially to the global supply. Notably, the value per carat varies significantly by country, influenced by the quality and mining methods, as seen in Namibia's high value per carat, compared to the DRC's lower value despite its significant production volume. Where are diamonds found? The answer is in the world's oldest rock formations, 4 to 2.6 billion years old, also known as Archean shields. Archean shields are large areas of ancient continental crust that have remained relatively stable over billions of years. These shields are composed of very old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rocks, with ages typically ranging from 2.5 to over 4 billion years old. The most significant diamond deposits are associated with kimberlite and lamproite pipes, which are volcanic conduits that brought diamonds from the Earth's mantle to the surface. Alluvial deposits, where diamonds have been eroded and transported by water, are also significant sources in some regions. This is a picture of the Kimberley mine, also known as the Big Hole, in Kimberley, South Africa, which was a major historical diamond mining area. The open pit excavation reached a maximum depth of approximately 790 feet when operations ceased in 1914. Since then, it is partially filled with debris and water. The current visible depth from the surface to the water level is around 574 feet, with about 130 feet of water at the bottom, making the total depth from the original surface about 705 feet. Kimberlite pipes form deep within the earth in the upper mantle over 150 kilometers depth. Carbon formed under very high pressure and heat produce diamonds. A cluster of large kimberlite pipes are shown in the picture in the vicinity of Kimberley. How do precious diamonds get all the way up from the deep mantle inside the earth? By kimberlite pipes. Think of them as underground volcanoes shaped like a carrot. Instead of a massive fiery eruption, they're more like a powerful, speedy elevator for rocks coming to the surface over periods of billions of years in the past. So when these pipes erupt, they shoot up a mix of rocks from the mantle and crust, and often some diamonds come along for the ride. What are the other famous diamond localities? The diamond mine in eastern Siberia, Mirny to be exact, is so deep, 1,720 feet deep, that the surrounding air zone is closed for helicopters after a few accidents when they were sucked in by downward airflow. Another famous site is the Udakhnaya kimberlite pipe in Russia and the Argyle kimberlite pipe in Australia, and of course the Kimberley mine in South Africa. The Diavik diamond mine in the North Slave region of the Northwest Territories, Canada, is 186 miles north of Yellowknife. The Diavik diamond mine, situated on a remote island in Lac de Gras in Canada's Northwest Territories, stands as a significant global source of high-quality gem diamonds. Since commencing commercial production in 2003, this joint venture between Rio Tinto and Dominion Diamond Mines has extracted over 144 million carats from 4 kimberlite pipes beneath the lake. Characterized by its challenging subarctic environment, the mine operates year-round with air access and a seasonal ice road. Diavik employs a combination of open pit and underground mining techniques. The mine produces 8 million carats, or about 3,527 pounds of diamonds annually. So what do diamonds in the rough look like? Rough diamonds, fresh from the mine, appear as dull, uneven crystals, often with geometric shapes like octahedrons, but lacking the polished facets and sparkle of finished gems. Their color varies widely, and they can appear translucent or cloudy due to surface imperfections and internal inclusions, bearing little resemblance to the brilliant diamonds found in jewelry. The cutting and polishing process is essential to reveal their inherent beauty and fire. Diamond miners are still finding big ones. Here is a picture of a 2,492-carat diamond found in Karawe mine in Botswana, belonging to the Lucara Diamond Company. The image is of Botswana's president Mokgweetsi Masisi looking at a large diamond discovered in Botswana at his office in Gaborone on August 22, 2024. Here is an image of the Karawe mine in Botswana. To get a further appreciation, let's look at some of the world's most famous diamonds. The Taylor-Burton diamond is a 69.42-carat pear-shaped gem cut from a 240.80-carat rough discovered in South Africa in the Premier Mine in 1966. It gained fame when Richard Burton famously outbid Cartier to purchase it for $1.1 million in 1969 for his wife Elizabeth Taylor. Initially worn as a ring and later as a necklace, the diamond became a symbol of their lavish romance. The Tiffany yellow diamond, a remarkable 128.54-carat cushion cut, fancy yellow diamond originated as a 287.42-carat rough stone discovered in South Africa in 1877 and was acquired by Charles Louis Tiffany. It was cut under the supervision of the distinguished gemologist George F. Kunz in 1878, yielding a cushion-cut brilliant of 128.54 carats. The Tiffany yellow diamond is the finest canary yellow diamond in existence. The Tiffany yellow diamond is celebrated for its exceptional size and vivid color. It has been showcased in various iconic settings, most notably worn by Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's publicity shots, and later by Lady Gaga and Beyoncé. This legendary gem remains a cherished symbol of Tiffany & Company's legacy and is primarily displayed in their New York City flagship store. The Daria Inur. This pale pink diamond, part of the Iranian crown jewels, is estimated to weigh between 175 and 195 carats. It is considered the largest known pink diamond in the world. Its history dates back centuries, and it's believed to have originated from the Golconda mines in India. The Hope diamond, a legendary deep blue diamond weighing 45.52 carats, boasts a rich history steeped in mystery and folklore. Originating from the Kolar mine in Golconda, India, it was once part of a larger stone known as the Tavernier Blue. Recut into its current antique cushion shape, it passed through the hands of numerous historical figures, including King Louis XIV of France. The diamond came into the possession of Henry Philip Hope, a wealthy banker and avid collector of gems, sometime between 1830 and 1839, and it was his family name that became associated with the famous stone. It was acquired by Harry Winston, who donated it to the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in 1958, where it remains a captivating centerpiece, drawing millions of visitors annually despite its purported curse. The curse of the Koh-i-Noor diamond is a superstition that claims it brings bad luck or misfortune to any man who wears or owns it. The legend says that only God or a woman can wear it with impunity. Here's a summary of the curse. The history and lives of the rulers who owned the Koh-i-Noor diamond were filled with violence, murders, mutilations, torture, and treachery. The core belief is that male owners of the Koh-i-Noor have historically faced violence, loss of power, or other calamities. The curse is said to be ineffective against women. This is why, in the British royal family, it has traditionally been worn by queens or queen consorts. Queen Elizabeth's scepter contains the Cullinan diamond of South Africa. Also known as the Star of Africa, it is a pear-shaped diamond weighing 530 carats, also known as the Cullinan No. 1. The Star of Africa is part of the Cullinan diamond, the largest rough gem quality diamond ever found. The Cullinan diamond was discovered in South Africa in 1905. It was named after Thomas Cullinan, the chairman of the mine. The Cullinan diamond was cut into several large named stones, and the Star of Africa is the largest of these. It is part of the British crown jewels and is set in the sovereign's scepter with the cross. The Golden Jubilee diamond is notable for being the largest cut and faceted diamond in the world. It was found in South Africa at the De Beers Premier mine, which also yielded the Cullinan diamond. The Golden Jubilee was presented to the King of Thailand in 1997 for his Golden Jubilee, the 50th anniversary of his coronation. The geological connection between African and Brazilian diamonds is rooted in the ancient supercontinent Gondwana. Millions of years ago, Africa and South America were joined, sharing similar geological formations. As the large landmass called Gondwana broke apart via the processes of seafloor spreading, it created the Atlantic Ocean, which eventually separated Africa and South America. However, regions that were once connected still exhibit similar geological characteristics, including ancient cratons and kimberlite pipes, which host diamonds. This shared history explains why diamonds are found in both Africa and Brazil. The term blood diamond or conflict diamond refers to diamonds that are mined in war zones and sold to finance armed conflicts against legitimate governments. Several African countries, such as Angola, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, have been affected by conflicts fueled by blood diamonds. Ruby and sapphire are both gem varieties of the mineral corundum, sharing exceptional hardness and durability, which makes them highly suitable for jewelry. While they are found in similar geological settings and mined in comparable locations, their main difference lies in their color. What do rubies and sapphires have in common besides being gemstones? They are both the mineral corundum with impurities. Ruby is defined by its vibrant red hue, resulting primarily from chromium, whereas sapphire encompasses all other colors, including blue, pink, yellow, green, and colorless, with various trace elements like iron and titanium contributing to their diverse color range. The mesmerizing star effect in rubies and sapphires is caused by a phenomenon called asterism. This optical effect occurs due to the presence of needle-like inclusions, typically rutile titanium dioxide, that are aligned in specific crystallographic directions within the gemstone. When light interacts with these inclusions, it reflects in a way that creates a six-rayed star pattern on the surface of the stone in the vertical crystal orientation. To get the star effect, the ruby or sapphire needs to be polished but not faceted. Instead of having multiple flat surfaces, it has a smooth, rounded top and a flat bottom, making it ideal for certain types of jewelry settings. The Star of India, one of the largest and most famous star sapphires in the world, is owned by the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. This stunning gemstone, weighing 563 carats, and is notable for its well-defined star effect caused by rutile inclusions within the stone. Interestingly, the Star of India was stolen in 1964 in a daring heist, but was later recovered. Burmese rubies are highly prized for their exceptional quality. Mined in Myanmar, particularly in the Mogok Valley, these rubies are renowned for their intense, vibrant red color, with the most prized shade being pigeon's blood red. Their high chromium and low iron content often cause them to exhibit strong fluorescence, enhancing their color. While all natural rubies have inclusions, Burmese rubies often have a unique type, called silk, which are tiny needles of rutile that can contribute to the stone's beauty. Fine quality Burmese rubies, especially those with the pigeon's blood color, are exceptionally rare and command high prices. Spinel and rubies have long been mistaken for one another due to their strikingly similar red coloration and their occurrence in the same geological deposits. Historically, before advanced gemological tools were available, experts relied on visual inspection, which was insufficient to differentiate the two. As a result, many famous rubies, such as the Black Prince's ruby in the British Crown jewels, were later identified as Spinel. Although ruby is a variety of corundum, while spinel is a distinct mineral with a different chemical composition, their physical properties can make them appear nearly identical. Over time, spinella has gained recognition as a valuable gemstone in its own right, separate from its frequent confusion with ruby. Chrysoberyl is a durable and visually striking mineral composed of beryllium aluminum oxide that ranks 8.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, making it highly resistant to scratches. Though its name suggests a connection to beryl, it is chemically distinct. Chrysoberyl occurs in various colors, including yellow, green, brown, and colorless. The most prized varieties are alexandrite, famous for its dramatic color change, green in daylight and red under incandescent light. First discovered in Russia in the 1830s, alexandrite was named after Tsar Alexander II and remains one of the most sought-after gemstones today. Alexandrite changes color because of chromium in its crystal. This property is called diachromism. In daylight or fluorescent light, which has more blue and green, the stone looks green. But under incandescent light, like candlelight, which has more red, it shifts to a reddish purple color. This happens because the gem absorbs and reflects different parts of the light spectrum depending on the lighting. The more dramatic the change, the rarer and more valuable the stone. Topaz, a stunning and versatile gemstone, comes in a remarkable variety of colors, making it a favorite for jewelry and collectors alike. While pure topaz is naturally colorless and transparent, trace elements and treatments can result in vibrant hues. Popular colors include the golden orange tones of imperial topaz, the icy brilliance of Swiss blue and sky blue topaz, and the enchanting pinks and reds achieved through heat treatments. Rare natural colors like pale green and delicate pink are highly prized, while mystic topaz displays a rainbow of shades through a special coating process. The gemstone's broad color range and exceptional clarity make it a symbol of beauty. Topaz can be enhanced by a variety of treatments. Heat treatment is used to create vibrant pinks, reds, and sometimes golden hues. Heating natural topaz can intensify its existing colors or transform it into shades that don't naturally occur. Irradiation is commonly employed to achieve the rich blue tones seen in Swiss blue or sky blue topaz. After irradiation, the gemstone is usually heated to stabilize the color. Coating. A thin layer of metallic oxide is applied to colorless topaz to produce mystic topaz. This treatment results in a rainbow-like or iridescent appearance that isn't naturally found in the gemstone. Beryl family of minerals. 7 to 8 hardness includes many different colorful, precious stones, including emerald, aquamarine, and morganite. Emeralds and their value are primarily determined by the number of inclusions. Inclusions are very common. The less inclusions, the more valuable the emerald. Colombian emerald mines are legendary and continue to produce the finest specimens of emerald. Chromium, vanadium impurities create the intense green color. Aquamarine is another of the minerals in the beryl family. The name comes from Latin words aqua, water, and marina, sea, meaning the water of the sea. The iron impurities generates a blue hue. Aquamarine is a semi-precious gem. The Dom Pedro aquamarine is the world's largest cut aquamarine gem. It was cut from a crystal originally weighing approximately 60 pounds and measuring almost 2 feet in length. The stone was mined in Pedra Azul in the state of Minas Gerais in Brazil around 1980 and named after the Brazilian emperors Pedro I and Pedro II. The blue-green gemstone was cut by Bernd Munsteiner into an obelisk form weighing 10,363 carats. The finished dimensions measure 14 inches tall by 4 inches wide and is pictured here. Morganite is another member of the beryl family. Trace amounts of manganese ions are responsible for the soft pink to peach hues. Sometimes heat treatment is used to enhance or deepen the pink color by removing yellowish or orangey tones. Tanzanite. Only found in one place on Earth, the Merelani Hills near Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Discovered in 1967 by a Maasai warrior who stumbled across a cluster of blue crystals in northern Tanzania at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, making it a relatively new gemstone in the jewelry world with a hardness of 6. The name Tanzanite was coined by Tiffany & Company, who helped make it famous. Tanzanite is a semi-precious stone. It has the property of trichroism. Trichroism refers to the ability of these crystals to exhibit 3 different colors when viewed along 3 distinct crystallographic axes. In the case of Tanzanite, the 3 colors are blue, violet, and burgundy. Heat treatment is done to almost all of the Tanzanite on the market today. The quartz family of minerals. Silicon dioxide with hardness of 7. The quartz varieties are classified as semi-precious gems. Quartz displays a profusion of colors, patterns, and optical effects unsurpassed by any other gem, yet it is not rare. These are some of the most common varieties of quartz. Colorless is rock crystal. Purple quartz is known as amethyst. And yellow quartz is called citrine. Brown-colored quartz is called smoky quartz. The pink variety is known as rose quartz. And black quartz is known as Morian. And finally, some unusual variety are combinations of blue quartz and citrine quartz, which is known as ametrine. And there is also a variety of crystal quartz that contains rutile or titanium oxide as needle-like inclusions of rutile, and the quartz is known as rutilated quartz. Gems that are technically not real gems. They are classified as mineraloid because they lack a crystal structure. The most popular of these types of mineraloids are opal, pearls, and amber. On the Mohs hardness scale, they are soft gems ranging in hardness from 2 to 5. Opal is quartz with water molecules that lack a true crystal structure. 97% of opals come from South Australia. Opal's spectacular play of color can display all the colors of the rainbow, sensitive to changes in temperature and scratching. Can lose its opalescence if exposed to heat. Opals will craze, develop cracks on the surface, and lose their play of color if their water evaporates. Pearls are organic, not crystalline. This is how a pearl forms. Pearls are created when an irritant, such as a grain of sand or parasite, becomes trapped inside a mollusk, prompting it to secrete layers of nacre around the intruder, gradually forming a pearl. Nacre, also known as mother of pearl, is a shimmering iridescent material that forms the inner layer of many mollusk shells, including those of oysters and mussels. Here are some pictures of pearls. Amber is fossilized tree resin. They often have inclusion of organic material such as insects embedded in the stone. It is not a mineral because it does not have a crystalline structure, and it is organic. Despite these facts, it is widely considered to be gem material. The term comes from the French caboche, meaning knob or small dome. Certain stones are almost always cut en cabochon, including opal, turquoise, onyx, moonstone, and star sapphire. In the gemstone world, you will often hear the term cabochon shortened to cab. Most gems that are opaque or not sufficiently transparent and have very good color are cut as cabochons. It is also common to cut softer stones as cabs, since gems with a hardness of less than 7 are prone to scratches, and the cabochon cut minimizes the occurrences of scratches. Lapis lazuli is also known as lazurite, a feldspathoid silicate mineral found in metamorphic rocks. Lapis lazuli has been treasured for over 6,500 years, making it one of the oldest known gemstones. It was highly valued by ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, Greece, and Rome for its vivid blue color and symbolic significance. In ancient Egypt, it was associated with royalty and deities, often used in jewelry and burial artifacts. Its popularity continued through the ages, even being mentioned by Marco Polo in 1271. There have been great technological changes in the diamond and gem market in recent years. Enhanced gems and introduction of synthetic minerals in the industry. Heat treatment changes the color of gems. Irradiation changes color of a gem. High temperature, high pressure improves color. Lasering and laser drilling improves the clarity and is used to remove inclusions. Plasma treatment. and recent introduction of synthetic diamonds and synthetic cubic zirconia. Newest De Beers introduction into the diamond market. De Beers introduced synthetic diamonds for commercial purposes in 2018 through their brand called Lightbox Jewelry. This marked a significant shift for the company, which had previously focused exclusively on natural diamonds. The synthetic diamonds offered by Lightbox were positioned as affordable, high-quality options for fashion jewelry. Why? Worldwide competition and controversy over conflict diamonds. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. To see more fascinating presentations, be sure to press the subscribe button.